Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Education Firm podcast. I am live now on Facebook and YouTube. I'm not on IG today. I am coming to you with an update concerning the Wisconsin Superintendent, Dr. Rainey Briggs. He is the black man that was shoved by the white man at a graduation where he was trying to prevent his daughter from shaking hands with the superintendent, Dr. Rainey Briggs. Well, Dr. Rainey Briggs has spoken, and I'm here to give you the update concerning this situation. If you don't mind, to please hit like and share. Share this broadcast out to as many people as you can so we can get everyone involved in the conversation. So, last week, sometime, this whole incident occurred in May, by the way. Last week, sometime, I did a video on this particular topic that has since been taken down, but I reposted it without the video in it due to a copyright infringement or what have you. So I did give my commentary on it, and I stressed how selfish and how ignorant this father was to ruin his daughter's graduation with his racist antics. Now, let's get into what Dr. Rainey Briggs had to say. So let's go through this article here. In May, a father shoved a Wisconsin school superintendent at a graduation. Dr. Rainey Briggs reacted by filing a restraining order against the aggressive parent who is now named Matthew Edie. Now he's breaking his silence on the incident, and Edie's conversation with police has been revealed. So there's some new details coming out. For context, let me turn my comments on, y'all. For context, Edie appeared to be trying to keep his daughter from shaking hands with the school official. He was immediately escorted out of the graduation venue, and the police arrested him for disorderly conduct. He should have been also arrested for assault and locked up for that because that's what he did. He assaulted the superintendent. You don't just put your hands on nobody like that and they ain't touched you. That's assault. All right, so the Dane County Circuit Court Commissioner, who goes by the name of J. Alberto uh, Quiroga, later temporarily issued a no contact order against Edie, and they have a hearing coming up very soon this week on June 14th about that situation that occurred in May at the graduation. Now, it is said that the dad of the daughter tried to apologize to Superintendent Briggs through a lawyer. Shabby, right? Now, Dr. Briggs isn't buying this at all. All right, so Dr. Briggs did speak out to a European media outlet, the Daily Mail, and he said that he has not spoken face to face on a personal level with Edie since May 31st. Now, they asked Superintendent Briggs some questions, and he additionally said this. He feels that the dad ruined a joyous moment for the entire graduating class of Baraboo High School. And he said that an apology just really doesn't make everything go away. It doesn't smooth everything over. You know, it doesn't make everything peachy cream. And it doesn't. How you acted, that public display of racism in a venue with a lot of other people, An apology just does not smooth that over. Tony Street, hey, good morning. Kamani, how you doing, man? Good to see you. It just doesn't smooth it over. You can't there's certain things apologies just can't fix. And this is one of them. An apology can't fix this. Now, Briggs goes on to say this: the outreach was really to indicate that he, Matthew Eady, understands his mishaps of the terms of what he did, what he caused. He's remorseful. That is what the superintendent told the Daily Mail. I don't believe it not one bit. He's not remorseful. He's not remorseful. These are the kinds of behaviors after things go public with our fellow Caucasian community. They feel humiliated because it starts to affect everything that they have going on. Then you want to issue a poor apology and you think everything is going to be okay. Absolutely not. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. He continued, I took that as some form of apology. This is Superintendent Briggs talking. I took that as some form of apology, but that's not something I think at this time amounts to a solid apology from my perspective. But even with a direct, solid apology, Dr. Briggs said it can't undo the damage or make anything go away. He added that the students will never get back their uninterrupted celebration again. And his daughter, Matthew Eady's daughter, will never get back that special moment ever again. As he ruined it, it will always be a memory to her. It will always be that my father ruined my high school graduation with his behavior. She's going to forever remember that. Matthew Eady has a lot of work to do as a parent to try to make this right because she will never trust him again. She will never trust him again. She probably would not want to be out in a public space with him ever again because he ruined her special moment. He's got to live with that. That's right, Sabrina. Apology through his lawyer is no good. Absolutely no good. You got to be man enough to come to the man that you did the action to and apologize. And then you take whatever comes after that apology because you deserve it. Now, the article goes on to continue with the words of Superintendent Briggs as he was being interviewed by the Daily Mail. My heart goes out to number one, his daughter, and to those 250 other students that were in the space, the graduation venue. This is a moment in time for them that they'll never get back the way they had hoped for this to go. That was to walk across that stage with excitement, feeling like they've learned of lot, feeling like they've experienced some amazing teachers. That was all to some degree pushed aside on that particular night. Absolutely. Totally ruined. Totally ruined. And we don't really know why these antics were made by Matthew Eady. That is still under investigation. So it's basically unclear right now at this moment. But he's trying to say that his daughter was slighted at a administrative meeting, but we don't really know. I guess we'll find out what's going on with this particular side of the story June 14th when they are in court to speak on what happened, at the graduation. Now, Briggs goes on to continue. I didn't want him to be able to shake her. Oh, I'm sorry. I take this back. This is not Briggs speaking. This is Matthew Edie speaking now. I didn't want him to be able to shake her effing hand because he did not deserve it after all of the she went through in this district. That is what Matthew Edie told the cops. The way he acted when my daughter was charged, almost charged, was a bunch of bull. He shook his head and rolled his effing eyes. Now, I don't know if I believe this kind of behavior coming from Superintendent Briggs. I don't know. I just find that hard to believe. I feel like this is someone to put blame on the reason why you act the way you do. This is not flying with me. How y'all feel about this? Is this flying with y'all? I feel like he's trying to justify his racist behavior and make it Briggs' fault. Is that what y'all see here? Do y'all see this same dynamic going on? However, it should be noted that Dr. Briggs was the only school official attacked at the graduation. He was the only official attacked. So you can't tell me this was not racially charged. Out of everyone on that administrative staff, Matthew Edie had to go and push aside the only black man standing on that stage. The only black man now standing on the stage. This was premeditated. Matthew Edie took some time to sit there and think about what he was going to do when his daughter approached the stand to get ready to receive her diploma. He sat there and thought about it, and when the time came, he jumped the stage. That's right, Tony. He was the only black man up there. When asked, the Wisconsin superintendent couldn't say whether Edie's actions were race related. But this is the truth of the matter. We know it was race related. He didn't go push any other person up there on that stage. He pushed you, Briggs, a black man, the only black man on the stage, man. He pushed you. Yes, it's race related. Of course, it's race related. The article continues to read, the optics don't look good. The optics are what people around the world have gotten to see. And it's caused them to formulate in their minds what was behind this situation. This is Briggs talking. We know what racist behavior looks like. Some of us live it on a daily basis. Some of us were raised in it. Some of us have a lot of history with dealing with racism. So we know racism when we see it. Right? Now, Superintendent Briggs's district is predominantly white with only 3 to 4% of students who identify as black. This graduation incident isn't the first time he's been faced with threats since accepting the position in July of 2021. So he's had this particular thing happen to him more than once. Man, I'm sorry about that, Briggs. I'm sorry about that, man. But this one that happened in May at this past graduation is the most severe. according to Superintendent Briggs, because it actually involved physical contact. Now, one thing about Dr. Briggs, though, is that he has no plans to step down from his role, and he shouldn't. You should not step down from your role, sir. Stand strong in that role. Mean business in that role. Show people you're not to be played with in that role. That's what you do. Almost done. Now, I commend Dr. Briggs for speaking out because I wanted him to speak out. I wanted to hear his side of the story concerning what happened. Although we saw it for what it was, and we have strong beliefs that it was racially charged. Now, I'm glad that he does have a restraining order against Matthew Eady for this racist rant that occurred back at that graduation at Baraboo High School. But I do want Briggs to go a step further. I want Briggs to hit him where it hurts. I want Briggs to file a lawsuit against Matthew Eady. Because what happened to Superintendent Briggs should have never happened. Never happened. It's a shame we have to deal with this kind of stuff in 2024, y'all. There is no other reason to justify Matthew Eady's behavior at that graduation. I wish I could show y'all the video so we could get a clear picture of what happened, but you will have to look it up on the internet, y'all, because I'm not going to have my page flagged again. But if you have not seen the video, go look at it and you make an observation for yourself. It's clear. It is 100% clear that this was racially motivated, racially charged, and it was premeditated on what he was going to do when his daughter approached the stage to receive handshakes, or what we like to call in the church world the right hand of fellowship. You know, this kind of behavior needs to be called out. When you see it, call it out and don't stop speaking on it until there are changes made. We got to call out this BS behavior now. We got to call out. We have got to call out this racist behavior. It's unacceptable. Show people the respect and the honor that they deserve as human beings, no matter what skin color they are, no matter if you like them or not. Respect people for who they are. Respect people for being different from you. That's what makes us humans. That is humanity. When you can sit in a room with a bunch of people that is different from you, and you have respect and honor, not only for yourself, but for other people. This is Matthew Eady's problem. He didn't respect his daughter. He did not respect himself. Hence, he went up there at that graduation and acted an entire fool in front of 250 students, plus the number of adults and school officials that were there. And this whole viral rant is going to be on the internet forever. He's going to have to live with it. Even if he tries to change his behavior, that is still going to be a memory etched in the brains of millions of people, that when he goes out in public, he's going to forever be known by that. He can't live it down. He won't be able to live that down. I don't care how much change you make in your life. This is why you got to be careful how you act in public, because it goes down as a permanent stamp on the internet that lives forever. You got to be careful how you conduct yourself in public, y'all. Any questions for me? I wanted to give an update on this story, to to bring you guys up to date what's going on, because I wanted to personally have an update as well. So I'm glad that one came out so that I could discuss it. Sabrina says he could have just told his daughter to not shake hands with Briggs and let her decide. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. All he had to do was say, pull her to the side, but it's ultimately up to her, because she does not seem like that type to do that. As you could see, she was just as flabbergasted and shocked and embarrassed on that stage when her father acted that way. She didn't know what to do. She was stunned. She didn't know whether to, you know, keep her tassel on this side or move it to this side and continue to walk. She was literally froze in the moment for a few seconds. So I know that his daughter does not share the same views as he does. It's clear. But I tell you one thing, I bet that Matthew Edie's daughter is going to rebel. I bet Matthew Edie's daughter is fond of black people. I bet she has black friends. I bet she's interested in dating black people. I bet that would eat Matthew Edie up, and it would teach him a lesson to love everyone and treat them with the respect and the honor that they deserve as human beings. You ain't got to like them, but you got to respect them. And for your daughter's sake, you're going to have to love them. Get used to it, man. This is the society we live in. We live in a society that's full of interracial relationships. We're not in the 1960s. We're not in the 1950s. This is the year 2024. This is such an old mindset. When you had your grandparent, your parents and their parents teaching you these kinds of behaviors, and it's embedded in you to where you hold on to these same viewpoints, and it's not even relevant anymore. We do not live in racist, we still live in racist times, but we do not live in racist times to that degree anymore. We not taking stuff no more. You come up to somebody with all these racial antics and behaviors and stuff, you are going to get your butt whooped. Try it in 2024. Superintendent Briggs is a good man, because had that been anyone else, that graduation would have been turned out. And Matthew Edie would have been in the hospital somewhere. Because you don't do that to people. You do not do that to people. He's got a hard lesson to learn. He's got to deal with his daughter and whatever emotions that his daughter is working with because of this situation at her graduation. She probably has to have therapy. She's probably, because this affects her too. Her father's behavior affects her too. And it also puts her in the limelight too. So she has to learn how to deal with this. So she's probably going to have some counseling and some therapy and develop some tools on how she can weather through this storm and working it out with her father. I don't know, man. Best of luck to the Edie family. Continue to be strong in your stance and in your role. Superintendent Rainey Briggs, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a great role model to the African American community. You handled it quite well, I must say. Had it been any other one of us, it wouldn't have went so well. But you handled that well, sir. Tony Street, he absolutely embarrassed her. There's just no way around it. He absolutely embarrassed her. So here's the update. I'm going to come back tomorrow with another story live to talk about all things education like we do here on this platform. So I want you to like, share, comment, spread the news, turn the notifications on so you don't miss any type of story that we do here on the platform. I love each and every one of y'all. And until next time, I will see you again.